Hey everybody, welcome back to Band Class. We are here with our second episode, and today we're really going to be talking about we're just going to be talking about songs we've been listening to lately. We've been pretty busy listening to a lot of music. You know, we got Christmas coming up. We've come across some new artists. Some of them aren't really new, but we're just new to us, things like that. So we thought we'd give you guys our take on it. So I'm here again with Isaac and Snow. We're going to do this. I'm going to edit that out because I'm always going to be here with Isaac and Snow, and that's not really going to be part of the question.
Are you always going to be here with Isaac and Snow?
Really, yeah.
Does it sound that terrible?
Forever with Isaac and Snow.
Forever.
Slowly zooms in on my face.
Yeah. So you're joined here today with Isaac Roberts, right?
Yes.
And my name is Snow.
Okay, well, all right. So let's talk music.
Nice to meet you, Snow.
Oh, nice to meet you.
No, we're not
too.
going through this again. No, that took way too long.
Every episode.
Oh, my name is James, and we're not doing the whole. We're gonna tell the backstories every episode. It's gonna be
I heard
great.
that you were about to call yourself Snow. I heard it.
Yeah. All right.
We're all
so a couple weeks ago,
We are Snow.
I found out that
We are Snow.
bump.
Yeah.
Yep.
So a couple weeks ago, I saw that David Phelps released a new Christmas album.
Not Michael Phelps.
Not Michael Phelps. We've been saying Michael Phelps, and we need to stop
It's
that.
David Phelps.
We're trying. So, but I started listening to that, and honestly, really like it. Really like it. I think there were about 11 songs, something like that, on the album.
I think he won how many Olympic gold medals? Oh, I'm sorry. We're talking about David Phelps. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, it was it was 14 songs.
It was 14. Okay,
Yes,
yeah, I knew it was.
yeah.
I knew it was a lot for an album, which I respect that. So,
Yes.
But I will say, I added the entire thing to my Christmas playlist, like the whole album.
Yeah.
And I want to hear your guys' takes on it if you've heard it yet. Huh?
You got Andy Williams on that Christmas playlist?
I don't think I do.
Michael Bublé.
No, I'm starting it out. All right, I gotta just give me a chance.
I don't know how he sings it. I don't know.
No, I'm just starting it out.
Fall on your knees. Yeah. And yeah.
Okay, are we back to Louis Armstrong?
Oh no!
This is going to be a segment every time where Snow does some kind of singing impression.
Yeah, I'm just gonna scrap the intro music and I'm just gonna replace it with Snow's singing expert.
You have to start guessing what it is. He doesn't tell us what the impression is. You got to guess his impression.
I like how his voice gets like really soft and just like it's almost like an instrument, you know?
Yeah.
I heard this really interesting idea where basically if you're a guitar player and you want to play lead, you're basically trying to emulate a voice or like a vocal. So like that kind of helps sometimes, like vibrato of like a singer. You know, kind of think along those lines, like whenever you're like trying to play lead, different things like that. I thought that was a really interesting viewpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is for sure.
Anyway, all right, please continue.
All right. And so I'll also, if my voice sounds a little weird, it's because I'm sick. So that's why. So bear with me on that. But I added everything to the Christmas album. I thought everything was great. And all the songs, there are some songs that I really thought, I was like, wow, this is great music. Like the quality here is just fantastic. And the rest of them honestly just made me laugh. And I liked that.
Yeah.
Because, Christmas. It's Christmas songs. You gotta have some fun with it.
Yeah.
So,
I used to not like Christmas that much.
really?
Yeah. When I was single.
Wow.
All right,
I
please
feel like
continue.
that's every
Wow.
single person.
Yeah.
Don't like the happy holidays.
Yeah.
Yikes. All right. Wow.
Sorry.
I don't know where to go
Let it
from
be known,
there.
I
I'm
like
single.
Christmas now.
I am single and I love Christmas.
See,
hear
it
that,
affects
everybody?
people
Yes.
differently.
See how I sneakily threw that in there that I'm single.
Yeah. Oh, ladies. Oh.
Hey.
No.
All right. If you're looking for a deal on a man, come on down to Baton Rouge. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
James
So,
is too.
Mr. Moneybags. all right.
All right. So let's go through. I think you said you hadn't heard it yet, right?
Oh,
The
yeah,
album.
yeah.
But we'll move on to some of the other stuff we've been listening to a little bit, and I think you'll have a little bit more fun with that since you've actually heard it. But
No, by all means, talk about David Phelps. I want to hear about this guy.
okay. So if you don't know about David Phelps, first of all, what are you doing? You need to go check him out.
Yeah.
He used to. I think he still does sing with the Gaither Vocal Band. I don't know. They change people a lot, so I can never tell. But I think he's still there.
Yep. Gaithers have a lot of people.
They do.
Interchangeable parts.
It's great. Yeah, modular.
Yep.
And so, but David Phelps is like one of their highest voices, I'd say. You know, one of the highest singing tenors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. He is a tenor. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but he released a solo Christmas album. It Must Be Christmas, which I really like. I think
Very
it was really
good.
And so, like, what I was saying is like some of them honestly made me laugh. Like Catching Santa or Christmas. Like they were just Christmas Rush. They're two of the songs on the album.
Oh, I
They're just
liked
like
it. He did. Oh.
yeah. Like you could tell.
Like you could tell like he was he was in front of the microphone and he was like holding the note and then he was like running away from the microphone because he was in such a rush.
Yeah, it was great. Like you could tell he had fun with it, you know. And for a Christmas album, that's something I really appreciate. You know, just like you could just
he
mess around
ran
a
out
little
of the sound booth. It was hilarious.
Yeah. So like there's the songs like that on the album, but then there's like the other ones. Like
Gotta
I
be
really
creative.
liked his I found his Go Tell It on the Mountain very interesting. Like it was kind of slow.
Yeah.
For like the certain parts of it, like
Because
the
you're
chorus.
thinking go tell on the mountain and it's like urgent. Tell it on the mountain now. We need to go. We have an urgent
Yeah.
And he was kind of like laid back, It was like, let's deliver this message in good quality.
Yeah, we're gonna we're gonna prepare for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
We're not gonna rush
And
it.
the way they had like the choir going on in the background and stuff like that, I thought it was a nice touch.
Yeah.
And then there was Anthem of the Lord, I really liked.
Yeah. Anthem of the Lord. And I want to get into at some point whenever we kind of do an overview, but like it reminded me of certain things,
Okay.
Anthem, like Anthem of the Lord was it didn't disappoint with its title because like you think like Anthem of the Lord, you're thinking like, okay, all right, this has to be like a really big track. I liked it. It was like in your face.
It was like it came out at like it was just a vocal pickup out of nowhere. Just
Yeah.
He started off, and you know what? The first time I heard it, it's actually kind of funny. Is to me it was that I thought it was talking about just like people that are practicing songs and stuff like that. And so I'm like thinking of what like the children's ministry and stuff. I'm like, all right, we've been working on this. Like the first line is, I can't begin to count the years we've been working on this song or something like that. And so I was just like, oh, they're talking about like, a choir or something like that.
Yeah.
And as they went on, it becomes more clear that they're talking about like the angels
Yeah.
that are singing when Jesus was born.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, and when I had that like turning point, I was like, oh, they're talking about it. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Spoiler alert. He ruined the song for you.
Boom. There we
It's
go.
a great song. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Yeah.
It felt
You
very
don't get
much-
to have that moment that
No.
he had. No.
No, he just took that away from you. Just remember that when you listen to the song.
Just listen to the song. It's worth it anyways, okay? It's great.
Yeah, but it very much kind of the whole style of the CD very much kind of reminded me of like a very well put together musical.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I would say the same.
Yeah.
And then they have the Fall on Your Knees, which I thought was really nice. It was basically him and Charlotte Ritchie. They did their own kind of arrangement, like changed the melody up, changed the chords up, all that stuff for Oh Holy Night, basically.
Exactly.
And that was a really nice touch as well, I think.
Exactly.
So
Had it was basically telling a story, just like how the whole album. I liked how listening from track to track, it was kind of telling a story and just kind of like leading you kind of along. It felt like a movie, in a way.
Yeah.
So which was really nice. Like I'll even if I don't particularly like a style of an album or an artist, if they're telling a story, I find that really interesting. And
yeah,
that's
like
one of
if
the
they're
things-
telling a story like sequentially through their songs.
yeah, exactly.
And that's just like when I'm trying to come up with a set of praise and worship songs, I try and get it to where at least they're all talking about the same thing.
yeah,
So
exactly.
you can like,
Shameless plug.
yeah, well, for So I would say, like, you would mix things. Like, I think what I wanted to do was, what was it? Amazing Grace, My Chains Are Gone, into Break Every Chain, something like that. Songs about freedom. I actually ended up doing that one time. Freedom Reigns into Break Every Chain. Because like you gotta try and match the songs thematically, Like sometimes you gotta go with what rhythm fits and stuff like that, or like what key the singer sings it in, stuff like that. But really, for me, the best pairing is when it's like two songs that are clearly talking about the same thing, or one song flows really well in meaning to another one.
Yeah.
I agree. So yeah. What do you think about it though? Like, what do you think about the album?
I like I said, I think it flows together really nicely. It makes me kind of interested in future projects that this particular person does. I never really heard about them, like outside of them being part of the Gaither, band, and I don't know. This was very well put together.
I agree.
I'll just put it like that.
Yeah.
Because I tried to listen to some of his older stuff, and I was just like, man, whoever he had working on this, like it was good. I think good enough production quality for whenever it was made. But there's whoever he has as a sound technician or whoever produced it, right, it sounds totally different. It sounds really good.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Very well put together.
Yeah.
So that's that. David Phelps, It Must Be Christmas. Would recommend.
Yeah,
very good.
Sounds to me like the creativity of the album supersedes the creativity of the title of the album.
Oh yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Backhanded compliments.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No. It does sound like a
Yikes.
typical. No, Snow was saying that before. It does sound
Yeah.
like a typical Christmas album, but it's not.
Yeah.
Check it out. Apparently,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check it out for sure.
Yeah, it really reminds me of the title reminds me of like a really generic Hallmark
Or like Amy
Christmas
Grant
movie.
Christmas or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and as I was listening to the album, it's almost like I had like a just a flash of inspiration, and it just made each song just started making me think about like a plot
Yeah.
of like just like this amazing little story that could totally be
Become a
played.
musical or
No,
something.
that could that'd be a musical
Yeah.
on the Hallmark Channel actually.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Oh, Hallmark
Well, it's
movies.
nothing-
Yeah.
It's not every day you could say that.
No, but like as I was going through the track list, it just like the idea of like an amazingly put together rom-com just like totally popped into my head. Like, just a story about the importance of family, forgiveness, and how the spirit of Christmas can bring us all together.
And then they have like the nativity scene, stuff like that. Like the obviously one of the son, like the son or the daughter, is going to be in the Christmas play, and that's when they throw in Anthem of the Lord, because they're talking about the angels and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I see where you're going with this. I like it.
All right. So
Even nuts about Christmas. People that absolutely love Christmas.
yeah.
Still don't like Hallmark.
Exactly.
I'm not. No.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Like, everybody kind of like has their personal preference. Some people want to stick to the old school Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and stop motion.
Yeah.
Or
The original,
yeah,
the original Grinch,
Yeah, exactly. Or the original Grinch, not
the Jim Carrey one.
Yeah, the Jim Carrey. They're coming out with a new one too, I think.
I think they are, and
Yeah.
honestly, I'm concerned.
Yeah, I forgot who's. Anyway, I don't really care that much. Or some people like the Hallmark stuff.
You heard about
And-
the movie Christian Mingle? The Hallmark movie Christian Mingle?
Oh no! Please don't tell me that. Is that a real
My
thing?
roommate actually bought it because he said it was so funny. I have to watch
Oh
it.
my
It's not
God.
meant.
Oh,
It's
I
not
got you,
meant
yeah.
to be a comedy. He wants me
Yeah.
to watch it with him.
Yeah. That
It's
sounds
not meant
funny.
to be a comedy.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a
It's-
genuine Hallmark movie, but it's
so-
based on
it's
the
so
website.
bad that it's good.
Yeah, it's based on the website Christian Mingle. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
It's like watching
Right.
like an old school black and white mommy movie where it's like it's not terrifying, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
right.
Well, I expect to hear a review of this. 'Cause
Yeah,
I bet it's going to be hilarious.
Oh, you
yeah.
can come watch it. You can
All right, cool.
have your eyes bleed
let's
with
do it.
mine. No,
But before we move from this album though, I'd like to to give you guys an idea of how the plot would progress. In
Oh. You've thought a lot about this.
Oh yeah, I've put some.
He's gone.
Was I
time
right
and
about
effort
the
into
nativity
this.
scene? Was I right about that?
No, but
Oh.
that could work though. We could
Okay,
work that
all right.
in. We could work that in.
I thought that's
I-
how that song would fit in.
I see
Yeah.
I see another segment in when we review albums and stuff. Snow goes deep. every episode where we talk about that. Snow goes deep. Okay, too deep.
I'm telling you guys, it can work. The
So
14
what is the
songs-
lore behind this album?
What's the album more?
All right,
Let's
all
go.
right. So basically, whenever this guy was making this album, this is what he was thinking about.
Okay.
He was thinking about commercialization, monetization.
Christmas Rush.
Yes,
I got you. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
that
right.
song.
So it must be Christmas, right? You have the opening scene, you see the main character in the big city, right?
But at the end of the
Working.
song, probably.
Yeah, just working, and you could just tell they just look burnt out. You know, they've drank
Yeah.
about 3 cups of coffee. They've had this montage of just them
Of him
just
drinking
going
coffee.
all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go Tell It on the Mountain. You get this scene where you see this this little small town in Tennessee where
I see where this is going.
Wow.
where this family, you see this mom and pop bakery where you see this mom and pop bakery, and they're just where they're just all having the whole community come in, and you could just tell that they just love serving the community,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see track number 3, Tennessee Christmas. All right, the main character.
I saw you set that up.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
There you go.
Track 3 was Tennessee Christmas. The main character wakes up after just an exhausting day, looks over, sees his family in a picture, and just reminisces about when he was a kid in Tennessee. Just having good time with family, playing with friends. This one particular friend that was a female.
Here we go.
Yeah,
This is
they
where
were
it
just
starts.
they were just really close friends.
Plot thickens.
Yeah, the plot thickens, like really close friend, and just kind of remembers just an easier time, and
Right.
and a time where they actually felt more fulfillment, and not being so burnt out. Number 4, Christmas Rush.
Is that when it goes back to work and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have another montage where the main character is running around town trying to fulfill the demands of his angry tyrannical boss.
Of course.
And
Gotta have an angry tyrannical boss.
Exactly. It's
not a
Wouldn't
Christmas
be a
movie
Hallmark
without it,
movie
yeah.
without it.
No. And all of this just to try to get a promotion.
Yeah.
They
for
want
real.
they want to try to make it. They want to get money. They want power, and they're just consumed by that. Yeah. Number 5, Catching Santa. A competing coworker sabotages the main character's task.
Oh my.
And as a result of this, as a result of this,
wait.
yes, as a
No.
result of this,
Don't.
they get fired.
Oh.
All right. Number 6,
Hallmark, call us up.
yes, we have a story. All right.
We'll give David Phelps some royalties on this.
Exactly. Okay. Number 6, in the bleak midwinter. Okay. Main character has a huge pity party, right? They're just all down in the dumps, and they're just they feel lostless. Nothing to do.
Yeah.
And just giving up all hope. And then decide, you know what? There's nothing here. I tried. It didn't work out. I'm just gonna go home. I'm just gonna go home and live with this big fat L. This failure.
Yeah.
All right. Anthem of the Lord.
Okay. Now,
Montage
where are you
of
gonna
the
put
main
this in?
character returning home on a bus to Tennessee.
Yes. Okay. All right. I like it. I like this.
All right. Angels we have heard on high. Main character is walking to the parents' house from the bus station. All right. He's walking. He wants to surprise his parents. But he runs into his old flame.
Oh, plot twist.
Yes.
Who could have predicted this?
Yes. Runs into the old flame. The
Oh,
old
no.
flame shows up.
Oh,
And the fires are still burning, apparently.
oh gosh. Oh man.
What the world needs now.
Collective groan.
All right. After greeting family, the main character realizes that he really did miss his hometown. Plus, he even helps out the family with the business.
Hey.
And he gets involved with that, you know, like this is perfect. All right, like this plot, this is
It's going.
yeah. All right, sleigh ride, goes on a date with his old flame,
I could have called that one.
and
Yep.
things are going great. They're having a good time. They're laughing. He's happy again.
That is the biggest red flag I've ever heard. Like, things are going great.
Things are going great. Emotions are high. But wait,
Plot twist.
the emotions get higher. Fall on your knees. The main character proposes.
Wait.
He proposes.
Yes.
Wait a second.
Yes. No.
He
No.
gets down on
Literally falls on
No.
his knees. Literally.
Wow.
After one date. Wow.
All right. The little drummer boy, the main character, gets an email.
Okay.
And he's asked by his old boss to come back to the big city.
Oh.
Oh.
His boss discovered the treachery of the evil coworker, that he or she was terminated. The big boss wants the main character back ASAP and is offering promotion as well.
Oh.
Ooh, the money or the flames.
The conflict of interest.
Uh-oh.
Exactly. So here's the tense moment, guys. What decision does the main character make?
Well, I don't know.
Like I've watched I don't know how many Hallmark Channel movies,
you just never
and they're
know.
just so unpredictable.
I know.
Like,
Sure,
like,
man.
Where is he going with this?
Sure,
Right.
bud.
I don't
You
know.
what? I think what he does, it's going to have to be in the spirit of Christmas.
It really is.
And that's whenever the song "We Are the Reason."
Yes, and there's going to be some
Shows up.
Christmas carolers too.
Yes.
Yes.
There are Christmas carolers
Yeah.
because there are at a bus station,
Yes.
and the people that are traveling, they need carolers too. Okay.
Yes.
And basically the main character leaves notes and basically is at the bus station. He's ready to go. But just as the bus
Dramatic
is about
pause.
to leave,
I can't be dramatic with this. I'm trying.
he sees a young mother and son greeting the dad
The tears.
and realizes that he wants a family more than a successful career. And then the last track.
Police.
Fully stopped.
It really is. That's the last track. I'm not kidding.
And we fast forward 3 years later.
And it's like
He's
it's
having
at his
Christmas.
house.
Yes.
Yes.
He's having Christmas in Tennessee yet again with his family, his wife, his kid now.
Yes, yes. And then his parents too, because they gotta have the grandparents scene in there too. The grandparents gotta be
Is
there.
his wife Mexican?
I mean,
I mean, that
Please
can
not be
happen.
done.
We
she
could do
can
that.
be. She can be. We need diversity in these movies.
I've got tears in my eyes. Snow.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
I think.
I
so
don't know how
too.
we're gonna top this, guys. That was the that was the tangent to end all tangents. Like,
So today on Snow Goes Deep, Snow went real deep.
I saw
now it's time
this.
for silly
saw
songs with snow. The part of the show where snow.
I couldn't help but see the story unfold.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, no. He saw the bottom. I'm going deeper.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well,
Oh man.
Let's
well
get
now
started.
now you don't have to see the movie
No.
or get the album, I guess. But I still would recommend it. Get the album. It must
Boom.
be Christmas. David Phelps. Good stuff. Good
Yeah,
stuff. Everybody.
if James didn't spoil it,
Hey,
Snow
I
definitely-
started spoiled, but
Snow
that was
definitely
just like
spoiled
something
it.
else. Okay,
Yeah.
It's okay
that's
though.
great.
Well, I spoiled the movie. I didn't
Ah.
spoil the album.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
You can experience it for yourself. Have
Yeah.
your own emotional movie. See what it.
Exactly. Please write in your fan fiction.
Let's not do that.
And then David Phelps finds out he's got this massive lore about his album.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Email David Phelps your fan fiction.
It would have been even better if you had chosen that part to accidentally say Michael Phelps.
Well, you can email him too.
Ask him in the email, do you swim?
Yeah.
You swim, David Phelps.
Exactly. We want to know.
Yeah.
We ask the hard questions.
They could
do.
be related. You never know.
They could be.
How many people
never
are named
thought about
Phelps?
that.
Probably
Yeah.
quite a few.
Maybe so.
If we're having like, we should have a scene in that movie where the guy makes like the Phelps face. Have you seen the Phelps face? Like from the last Olympics, where he was just kind of like sitting there with like the most evil stare ever. It was great.
The Anakin stare.
It was awesome.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, we're gonna have the main character because of the Phelps thing. We're just gonna have the main character of the movie just kind of like sit there and look at the coworker one day.
The main character of this movie should be Michael Phelps. You know how trippy that
He's
would
the
be?
actor, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I should have wrote that in the script.
It's gotta be him.
I should have wrote swimming in
It's gotta be him.
Swimming. There you go.
Swimming at Christmas time. All right. Maybe that could be one of the flashbacks.
Yeah, maybe he could save somebody in the water or something.
Ooh, maybe
gonna be
that's
the
the
girl,
job
though.
he
It's
gets
gotta be
offered
the
back
girl.
to, his coach, his swimming coach. Like, gets offered a place in the big tournament or whatever, and he chooses the family over the
How do you
Olympics.
sabotage that? Like you try to drown the guy? Or what? Like what?
I don't know.
Wow.
That's
something.
That's an intense movie.
like in the ice water, man.
Ooh, we're getting
Yeah.
some drama.
Yeah.
Man, I think we've gone beyond standard Hallmark status. I think this is like this is like brand new Hallmark.
Yeah.
Like, this is new levels of Hallmark.
Yeah. I know Hallmark has like different channels. They have like their main
Yeah,
Hallmark
that's
channel, and then they have
Why are we still talking about Hallmark?
I don't know. They're just so fascinating. It's that time of the
Okay.
year where everybody
You say so.
Yeah. Well,
You may be wondering, band class, are we learning about band? Yes, this is vital
Yes,
to
it
being
is.
in a band.
No.
You need to know these things.
yes, you do. You
Yeah.
need to know that Hallmark Channel has good quality family entertainment.
You can't even keep a straight face. man.
Okay.
Okay, so
right.
so what else have we been listening to?
Yes.
We got a good Christmas album. Let's move on to some more music. I heard the other day. I heard these guys sing called the Chitons. It's a family group. I think you guys
Speaking of the
also heard them.
Gaithers, we were talking about the Gaithers with
Yeah.
David Phelps.
Yeah. The Chitons have
The Chitons.
sung with the Gaithers as well.
Yeah, you were saying that. Yeah, I didn't see that yet, but that's
There is
really
YouTube
cool.
evidence of
Okay.
them singing.
That's really cool. Wow. Yeah, I got to meet them a couple Sundays ago. Great people. Very good singers too. Honestly.
Yes.
So fall under probably the don't get as much recognition as they should category. I'd say.
What do their ages range from?
I think the youngest is like 8 or 11 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was 11 to
11
20
to
or something
20,
like
11
that.
to
Yeah.
20, yeah.
Yeah.
Five of them.
There's
And how many?
5.
How many people are in their group?
5.
Yeah, 5.
Just 5. Okay.
5 singers.
But then their parents travel and minister with them. But
Right.
yeah, the singers themselves. Yeah.
Yep, all siblings.
Yeah.
It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're from Canada. Is it British Columbia? I think
They
they're from.
live in
British Columbia.
Canada. I know that. They're actually from the parents are from Grenada. Like the
Oh, wow.
island.
Wow.
The
Okay.
island in north of just north of South America. You know that island. So
That island.
like the Grenada as in not Grenada, Mississippi,
Grenada.
Like,
No,
Grenada.
definitely not
Is it
Grenada,
pronounced
Mississippi.
Grenada?
I would say Grenada.
That's how we sang it in the song Camp Grenada. I think it's spelled the same way.
I don't know.
This makes me think of an actual grenade for some reason.
Yeah, that's what I
All
thought.
right.
So I'm just like, is that really what it's called?
But I did
Okay.
I did get a hold of one of their albums. They gave me one of their albums and it was really good. I've been listening to it lately. It's called their album is called Jesus Loves You. And I'm told I think they have a couple more.
Jesus
sure,
does
but-
love you, by the way.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
so I want to say this album was like 3 years old, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been looking to see where I can find them. I know that they are on Instagram as the Chitans, so it's TheChitans.
Yeah. Are they on
On
Spotify?
Instagram. I have not seen them there yet. I haven't really checked
Okay.
on Spotify.
All right.
So
Yo,
Yeah,
Spotify,
pending.
hit us up.
pending.
Yeah.
So
That too.
yeah, really good though. Really good. Check them out if you get the chance.
Right. Because they've been, I mean, that's with a lot of groups, but they're young people and they've been singing since they were kids, right?
Oh, yeah.
They've been singing many years and,
Yeah.
traveling around. So.
How what would you guys say? Like, I've heard a lot about family. I don't know if they use the word like familial or something. Harmonies, like family harmonies,
Mm-hmm.
that they just work so well usually.
Yeah,
I've
they
seen a
do.
lot of examples of that happen and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
would you say that it is like kind of an advantage? I mean, I'd say it's an advantage from the point of view that you know them well. You know how they
I
sing.
mean,
stuff like
we've
that.
got a particular group in our
We've heard,
in our
yeah.
group, our church that is family. They sing really well together, amazing. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think so for sure.
Yeah. I think so too.
So what do you guys got? What do you guys got for us? We talked about David Phelps. We talked about the Chitans. What have you guys been listening to?
Oh, that okay. We were going to talk about the Oh, sorry about that. We weren't going to talk about the Titans anymore.
Well, I mean, if you got more,
Yeah,
you wanna add to it.
you were you had some thoughts about family groups and stuff, right? Like that.
By the way, I
Snow.
do not see them on Spotify, unfortunately.
Oh, they're not? Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, I like family groups, for the most part. Because, I mean, like, that's kind of what music is all about. It's more about the vocals, the band. We kind of act as sort of like a background to
Right.
kind of like enhance the message that's being portrayed by the vocals. So I think, like, family groups for the most part kind of like have their place in a lot of areas, I guess. Like, they could be a really big help to like a local church, and even like when you have like a family, there's always like a possibility that somebody that's in that family even has like a gift to preach. So
Yeah.
like you have multiple gifts that you can kind of work with.
Right.
Like
Well, you've got
with
people like the
groups.
Crab family.
Yeah.
Yeah, crap,
exactly.
family. Well,
really well.
There's tons of examples in the Southern gospel bluegrass sort of realm.
Yeah.
Tons of
Which I'd
examples.
say the Chitans fall into.
The family, yeah, Chitans. You've got
Yeah.
the Isaacs. I think Mountain Faith, they're siblings.
Okay.
Okay.
The big Christian bluegrass band, but yeah, they're all But do you know any like family groups that are kind of out of that range of? I don't know that I've heard of any that aren't Southern gospel or bluegrass style music.
I don't know of any either.
Yeah, not
that
that
I-
I can think of.
Not really. I wouldn't really count Caleb and Kelsey in that. I think they're married, right, or something like that. Aren't they, like, a
there
husband
are
and
some
wife?
couples sometimes.
There's some couples and stuff like that are a very different style, but I wouldn't count that the same thing.
Right. Yeah, they're not really full. I mean, heck,
Because there are quite a few couples that
Yeah.
that
kinda-
are different.
yeah.
I mean, Skillet.
boom, there
There
we
you
go.
go.
Yeah. Which I think they work really well together. I particularly like the songs where, like, whenever that particular band does allow the female and the male to like kind of like go back and forth, especially on the chorus. I think their voices
Right.
sound really well together.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, like actual like family related like groups, I don't really see that as often.
Yeah, not outside of that particular genre.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I will say, like you were talking about how, like if it's a couple singing, they'll oftentimes you like it when they'll like kind of go off of each other. Like
Oh, yeah,
things like
yeah.
that.
I love that
I think
stuff.
Caleb and Kelsey do a great job of that. Like with their mashups, pretty much most of their songs I've heard honestly are mashups, and they do a really good job of like bouncing back and forth between each other's voices. Like he'll lead a certain part and then she'll lead the part after it, and then they'll switch parts and things like that. It's really nice, really well executed.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just usually just them and a piano too, and it's got a nice aesthetic to it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I did want to say something else about like oh crap, I can't find my phone. Just excuse me. Just keep on going.
Yeah, it's there. It's underneath your wallet.
Oh, it is.
All right. Yeah.
Boom! I found it.
Yeah.
But yeah, for some reason I want to blur out Shane and Shane, but like they're not
related. But yeah, no, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, oh yeah, Shane. Oh no, they're not. No. Yeah, they're not brothers. They wouldn't name the two guys the same name.
No, exactly.
That's not how that works.
I'm gonna name him Shane. I'm gonna name his brother.
Oh,
Shane.
dude, they're both named Shane. They must be related.
Yeah, no, they're not. They were really good though. They actually came out with an album recently as well.
Really,
I kind of really dug. Yeah. They sung like a lot of older songs, like traditional songs.
Yeah.
Oh, on this album, this most recent. Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, and it sounds really good.
By the way, Man of Sorrows by them. Man of Sorrows was great too.
Okay.
Go ahead though.
They did the song "Yearn," right? I love that song, "Yearn."
Yeah, Yearn, and like just the way that those guys play guitar together. It's funny because they don't really even know half of the stuff that they're actually doing. They just know it sounds good. Like you couldn't ask them like, yo, what are you? This? Yeah, like what is that? And like, you know.
Well, I imagine they know like what chord is it? Like, oh, that's a G. You know.
Yeah, but like they wouldn't
obviously
be able to go past that. Like, you know, be able to tell you that it's like a G with an added 11th, or you know, like stuff like that. They wouldn't be able to say any like. They just know like, hey, this works.
Huh. Yeah.
But I don't know. They're just so talented where it's just like I don't really even care that much about that particular part of it. Only reason why I know is because like they had like a workshop where people were like asking them questions about stuff, and they were just sort of like, "It's this."
Yeah. Well, but you know, even playing by ear and stuff like that can come in handy. You don't know the technical terms, but certain things would, you know, hold a person back that knows normal music. But I know you guys heard the song When I Think About the Lord by them. They do a version of When I Think About the Lord.
I haven't heard their version of it.
They do it as a fast song, which is strange, but I actually really enjoyed it. They changed the chord progression a little bit in the chorus, where they threw in a 6 major chord, you know, in there, and it sounded really sweet. And I'm like, whoa, that's neat. And so
I'm gonna go check that out.
But like, so they don't know, you know, necessarily, but it sounded good. So they, you know, you get what I'm saying. So it was pretty cool.
Nice. You also said you've been listening to a good bit of Zach Williams.
Zach Williams,
you got acquainted with him.
Yeah, I heard about him for the first time, and really the song I checked out was No Longer Slaves to Fear. I don't know the name of the song.
Yeah, great song.
I'm No Longer Slaves to Fear. It's an amazing song, originally by Bethel. Check Bethel out, their version of it. But he does an awesome version, and you know, as you guys know, I'm big into the bluegrass or the Southern gospel, and even folk music, anything that has that kind of instruments. I really get into Christian music, but so it was really neat to me because a lot of folky bands like Need to Breathe and stuff like that. There's Wren Collective, I Am They, stuff like that. They'll do really kind of contemporary style music. You know, the message is good, Christian, not particularly worshipy though. But he was doing really worshipful, straight up, you know, worship music, but incorporated those sorts of instruments. I could hear a mandolin and a banjo in there, and it was really neat sounding to me. I really enjoyed it. But his voice is amazing too. Check out Zach Williams for sure. I'm gonna I've only heard that one song by him, but I'll check out more of his stuff.
I'm probably like a lot of people when it comes to Zach Williams. The really what I know of Zach Williams is Chainbreaker.
Yeah. That's the big one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Chainbreaker.
Good song too, though.
I can hear the choir every time I think of the words.
Yep.
Towards the end of the song.
Yep.
And the organs, yeah.
You know, there's like a lot of songs. Like, I don't know if you'd count Chainbreaker in that category or not, but there's a lot of songs that I hear. They're good songs, you know, but you just hear them so much that it's just kind of like, can we play something else now?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and like what James is saying, I'm probably gonna go and listen to it as well. The whole his last album, because it sounds interesting. Like, I'm a fan of anytime somebody, you know, use guitars, use mandolins. Sometimes I've listened to songs solely because like I heard like in the first couple of segments that they were using like guitars, I'm just like, ooh, I want to hear all of this, you know.
Oh, yeah,
So I'm definitely intrigued because I want to see if maybe I could steal some of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And that's actually speaking of which, that's like a really good way to learn a lot of stuff is just to listen to other people's music and say,
oh yeah, definitely.
can I do that?
Yeah,
Right,
definitely. Listen to a lot of jazz lately because I want to understand how those phrases sound.
Oh yeah,
and try to figure some of that stuff
that's some
out.
complex stuff.
Yeah,
Complex stuff.
Yeah, what this guy named Aaron told me that they call those needle droppers. Basically, back in the day, whenever they would listen to things on record discs, there would be certain parts or certain like guitar licks, and you would drop the needle around the area where that part played so that you could listen to it and learn it, and they called those needle droppers.
Interesting.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, listening to you hear something that sounds cool, check it out. Like, listen to it, see if you can figure it out. It improves your skill.
Yeah, well, because
exactly.
and what you were saying earlier, like when you hear a song that has really nice guitar work to it and stuff, you like to listen to things like that. Honestly, really, how you open a song, whether it's like some nice guitar work, things like that, really makes a big difference. I know myself, a lot of times I've like pulled up a song and I determined whether or not I was going to listen to the whole thing within the first 5 seconds. Like how does this sound? So like I don't know if that's just like it's just kind of like a subconscious like, am I gonna like this type thing.
Well, I think whenever it comes to songs, especially like songs produced for albums, or even some of the songs that are for albums but they're done live, a lot of times it's about presentation. I'm pretty sure we've all heard this analogy from going to Bible college, but almost like how you prepare a sermon. Okay. You don't just throw a steak and potatoes on a plate and throw it at the person that you're serving.
Right.
Like you prepare it, you set everything up.
Okay.
And kind of neatly place it, where it's accessible and make it, look presentable, and then you give it to that person to eat. And that's kind of like how preaching is for the most part. Not saying that you always have to stick to a particular structure, but it should be organized.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I think like the same thing translates over in the songs. It's nice, even if it's praise and worship, to at least put some thought into it.
Oh yeah, right.
And not just like, all right, guys, we're just playing, and change the dynamics only from going from really loud to really low. Maybe come up with like some parts that you maybe play going into a bridge or into a verse coming out of the chorus. Just like little things like that. You maybe not something that you have to do all the time, but if you practice enough with people and kind of establish, I guess, like some sort of system, it'd be easy
it's like, I mean,
to do that.
I know what you mean when people just say like, well, you're just gonna go up and play some stuff and just make it work. I mean, when I play music, in a church setting, I just play music in general. I'm playing for the Lord. I'm playing music for God here. Yeah. And so my attitude about it is, while I know that what I do isn't really going to accomplish much unless it has the anointing, right? That's the main thing. But at the same time, I'm not just gonna like half do it. I'm not gonna like half do the instrumentation, the vocals of it. I'm playing this for God. I'm playing this for the King of Kings. I'm gonna put some effort into it to making sure that it sounds good.
Definitely.
Stuff like that. You don't want to like half do something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And there's some powerful sections of songs that are a blessing that can be a little difficult to play. That's definitely something you got to work on. We encountered that today in our practicing before music, the song "You Are Good." You know, the bridge in there, you pretty much the band's playing like a riff for the "You Are Good" all the time. That's a powerful section. Exactly, exactly, and it doesn't sound good whatsoever if everyone doesn't play it together and play it right. It sounds really bad, and
you
so
have to get those specific punches down.
I just remember them saying, "Should we just not play it? It's too hard. Let's not play." And I said, well, "We got to get better." And it's a powerful section of the song. If we don't,
I don't remember
approach
hearing that.
Yeah,
I don't remember hearing that part. Like, should we just not play it? I would have been like, no.
Yeah, the leader
doing this.
She was like, "Oh, we don't have to do it." I'm like, "No, we got to get better at some point." And it is a good section of the song, so we need to practice this, work on it, and we need to get it down together to where it does sound good. Because if we got up there, we did it, but it sounded terrible, it's not going to have the same effect. You know?
So, speaking of like, we gotta get better at some point. We're gonna be working on our music stuff like that. We're recording this on a Sunday.
Sunday.
Yes. So last Sunday, I believe it was, or the Sunday before that, a Sunday recently, I gave the children's church musicians a quiz. Right, I taught them.
Pop them on them.
Oh yeah, it was great. I went and taught, and a lot of them had already heard this stuff, but it was a nice review, and some of it was new for some of them.
Yeah,
we went
it
through,
was not great. I don't.
It was
I know
very
that
great.
you didn't have to take the test. So.
Yeah.
So you guys, what was the test about? It was about
So I'm like, oh, hold on. So I went and taught them everything first, right? I started at the bottom. I started with key signatures.
Okay.
I started with notes and scales. Like I just defined a scale.
He used his beautiful artistic skills to draw a piano on a whiteboard.
That was garbage. It was bad.
Ooh.
But
No, it was sarcasm.
No.
It was really.
It was bad.
It was barely readable, but it's okay.
But
he's a great teacher.
Okay.
I didn't put that on
believe
Instagram,
that.
but I did post Isaac's answers to the quiz. So he got the best score. I want to say it was like he got like a 1.5 off.
Teacher's pet.
No, it was great because I was teaching them about like the circle of fifths and stuff like that, and different chord iterations.
But see, so I had training already and all of this, so I kind of had a head start again.
So we're like talking about it. And he's
else.
like, so wait a second. If you think about it, you add the sharps. It's like this one, and it goes around this one, and he's going all through all this he's going through the circle and like 3 different counters going around the circle and stuff like that.
It's like,
and him and I are talking. It's like, what's 23 flats then? What do you got? What happens if you get 23 flats?
Yeah.
What's E triple flat?
So basically, it was like the scene of a movie where the character finds out that it's all a conspiracy. Like they connect all the dots,
and then like
and they find out that
some of the guys, the poor guys, were just sitting there like Isaac, please shut up. We just want to get through. We're trying to get the circle here.
Yeah.
It was good though. I gave them a quiz at the end of it. Lots of like notes and chords type stuff. I did quiz them on some of the rhythm elements of charts. Because again, I think we said this on the last episode, but we use the Nashville number system for a lot of our stuff.
Exactly.
So it's a specific way of writing.
Yeah, a lot of people use that actually. I recently found out that even like some of some really big churches, I'm pretty sure that Bethel,
it's very versatile.
Hillsong uses it. A few other ones that are really big use that too as well.
Well, it's a really versatile system.
Exactly.
You can use it for all sorts of things, and you can do all sorts of things with any given chart in the Nashville number system.
Exactly. And even like some other churches, like I think like over at the Potter's House, they use it as well.
Okay.
TD Jakes' church.
Yeah.
I think they use it over there too.
Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool.
Is it Dallas or Houston? I can't remember which one. Maybe he's got 2. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's in Dallas though.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Sorry.
But yeah,
random question. I'm like,
for a solid hour, all the children's church musicians hated me. So.
Yeah,
it was a very difficult quiz.
You gotta get through the rough part, like it's growing pains. Because I remember whenever I first tried to learn the number system, or even tried to connect modes together, like I had like the biggest headaches, like trying to like figure it all out. And then whenever it all clicked, it was just like, oh my goodness,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this is amazing. You
The
know what I mean?
Matrix.
And I-
Yeah, exactly.
I highly recommend, if you are a musician, you've never studied music theory or
Yeah.
any kind of stuff like that, it is highly beneficial. You can become a great musician without it, but it simplifies things. It makes things easier to understand. It definitely broadens your capabilities. You have more options and stuff you see that you are able to see because
Yeah.
you
Right.
understand it in a greater way. So
Well,
definitely
and
do
they're-
some studying.
Yeah, and there are plenty of tutorials online. I think at some
Yeah.
point we might even do one, maybe.
Yes. Oh yeah, we will. Don't worry.
but yeah, it's
We got you guys.
yeah. There's a lot of resources though.
Yeah, you don't have to necessarily go buy a textbook. YouTube you can learn just about anything online nowadays.
And I would say, like I actually said when I gave them the quiz the other day, like I told them, you guys do a lot of this stuff already. This is stuff you guys do. This is what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So this is how you get there.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. This is also something to help you learn how to even create
yes.
as well, because part of knowing what it is that you're doing kind of allows you to take it a step further and create stuff and to practice your own stuff.
Yeah.
So there's that as well. I know we're trying to move on to a different topic from Zach Williams, and his album. I forgot. It was something though.
The topic he was talking about songs that get old.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah. Well, I think we've pretty much gotten past that.
Yeah, we kind of dropped that.
Yeah. I'm
Let that
sorry.
be.
It's fine. No, it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other stuff I've been listening to lately. I found out that Lauren Daigle has a pretty recent Christmas album, so that was interesting. It's definitely got a very Louisiana feel to it.
Really?
Yeah, like if you heard her Jingle Bells, it's like very like saxophone, jazzy, like Louisiana-ish.
Because in case you didn't know, Lauren Daigle is from just near us here. She's originally from Lafayette. Is that right?
I have no idea.
Lafayette,
so.
yeah. She's originally from Lafayette. That is
She's
right.
a local gal.
Yeah, she
Nice.
is. So not too far from us. I actually got to meet her at a local coffee shop. Yeah, ran into her and was like, "Hey," and she sang with us. I talked to her about playing the guitar. She talked to Lauren about being named Lauren. So,
Oh, that's sweet.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's
She
pretty
seemed
neat.
like a nice gal.
Yeah, she was really nice. It was over at a coffee call, and everybody, was just like, everyone stopped and listened. Even the workers, they were all like, "Woo!" and everybody clapped. She sang "Once and for All" for us.
Yeah.
If you guys know that song by
If
her.
you don't know, Coffee Call is where you go to get beignets.
Yes,
Did
yes,
they give
they
her?
were-
Did they give her free stuff?
No, I don't think so. She was there with her family, though.
Darn
That was
it.
pretty cool. Pretty neat.
Perks.
She didn't use her celebrity.
Yeah, but she just seemed very down to earth,
That's
very,
cool.
very
That's really
friendly.
neat.
Not,
I like it when
didn't
people
seem
are
like
like
a
that.
celebrity. Just
Yeah.
seems like if you went up and you talked to a worship leader at a church in town. She
That's
seemed like
good.
that. Very
Yeah,
nice.
I like
That's
it
how
when
it should
people
be,
are
man.
like, yeah.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Is she still like a part of a church somewhere?
I'm not sure.
No?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But yeah, she just seemed like she liked meeting people that knew her. She
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
liked talking with people.
Yeah. Because I was mentioning it earlier. She was recently on Ellen and got a chance to perform and stuff and show everybody her new album and everything. I thought that was really, really interesting. That's
Yeah, that
that's
was
kind of
a
a huge
controversial thing.
It was
yeah,
very,
but
yeah.
that's really huge exposure though to
It
a
is.
lot of people that wouldn't necessarily know anything about
Mm-hmm.
her. Because I know the Christian music,
You don't think Ellen.
yeah, exactly. So it's like a different crowd,
Right,
altogether.
Hopefully it'll bring some people to her
Well,
music,
even-
and hopefully that music will be able to minister to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I
thought that was really interesting.
I think the state of Louisiana recognizes how big she is. They've got the electronic billboards here
Yeah.
in Baton Rouge that just cycle through things, and I'll see them say, "Congratulations, Lauren Daigle, on your new album," and stuff like that.
Nice.
She's the only
I haven't seen
artist
those.
that
Wow.
you see that, so they recognize that
Nice.
she's great, and
That's
they're
cool.
proud of her. So,
That's pretty big, man. They don't even
so we're
really,
in the capital of Louisiana. So
That's
yeah,
pretty big because they don't even really recognize other
Other
secular artists.
Right.
Because like Lil Wayne, he's from New Orleans, and Like he had an album that recently came out. I didn't see any billboards about that.
Right.
That's really
But they
interesting.
recognize her. Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Huh, that's
Yeah.
neat. All right. Go Louisiana.
Yeah. Go Louisiana. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. They did not go well last night.
That's why I was like,
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. So,
Yeah.
well, guys, I think that's pretty much all we've got for today.
Yeah.
This has been Band Class. Hope to see you guys next time. God bless.
Adios.
Adios.
Feliz Navidad.